Today was a day like no other day, Terry thought as he woke up. It was the first light of the sun that had awoken him from his dreams. The dream was a recurring one, about him snapping the neck of his father Jeremiah's murderer. Even though he never saw the face of the killer, he knew that the neck snapping was of the murderer. Just like the time before that, he had awoke just in time before the murderer would meet his doom. As he yawned and looked out through the window, he felt his own bad breath. His thick, rough, long hair needed a good brushing, but he had had little meaning in caring over his look. Neither did he shower very often. He put on a black t-shirt and a pair of black jeans, and a death skull belt buckle, and got ready for the day to come. He could feel the smell of fried bacon, freshly brewed coffee, and hear the boiling of eggs from the kitchen. His brother Michael was a great cook, though he was a sad creature. When Terry only knew anger and hate over the loss of their father, Michael only felt pain and guilt, even though he had nothing to do with their father's death. Neither Terry nor Michael knew what had happened on that day of death, and neither did the police. When they found the body, it was a cold and twisted shell of a man. Unnatural it all seemed, but the smell of death by crime still haunted their father's working chambers. After Terry got dressed, he did bid a good morning to his gloomy younger brother in the kitchen, even though he knew that no morning would ever feel a good one. Michael was a thin boy of 19 years, long dirty hair and a crooked nose. He was always wearing the same denim jacket with patches of his favorite bands, and those boots their mother gave him on his last birthday. It was the end of the summer, and Terry felt a cold chill as he opened the front door. The brothers owned an old Ford Mustang, which they drove to their work at a local diner. One thing they had in common was the hate of their work, the other employees, their boss, and their customers. Neither of them felt that they never belonged in that godforsaken small town. They always felt that it was the road that was their true home. They could never leave their mother Dorothea alone in that place, and she did not want to leave. Dorothea was the strongest of their family, handling the death of their father Jeremiah quite well, something Michael and Terry never fully understood. Their mother was quite the mystery, in great shape at her age of 66 and a great thinking mind. She was very bored being retired, always exercising and tried to fill her days with meaning. Not even once had she missed a lunch at the diner since the day she retired, probably to see that her boys weren't getting themselves fired from the job they hated so. When they arrived at the diner, it had started to rain, even though the sun was shining clear. As they ran through the mud towards the entrance of the diner, they felt the customers' judging gaze over their looks. No one in their little town was a male with long hair and wore clothes with pentagrams and inverted crosses and death skulls. It was out of pity that they had come to work at the diner. Their boss was a good friend of their father's, and that was why they had jobs. No one would ever want them near their business. Terry was grateful, even though he hated the job so much. As the day passed by, the rain came pouring down harder and harder. The customers never wanted to leave in fear of getting into the cold rain. Eventually, the rain stopped, and the sun was brighter than ever. When lunchtime came about, the mother did as well, with a surprisingly anxious mood. She ordered a cheeseburger with French fries and a cherry coke to wash it all down, still looking very anxious. When Terry asked her what the matter was, She just denied anything would be wrong. Terry eventually took the order, and Michael started to cook. Just as the mother received her meal, the sky went black as if nighttime had arrived. That was when it happened. The rain came down as fast as anything, and it was black and red. The smell of iron and death came over them. It had started to rain blood.